You've probably been told to check your likes, your clicks, even your impressions, but here's the truth. Most of those numbers really don't matter. They just don't. They make you feel like something's happening, but they don't actually prove that your marketing is working. So today I want to simplify this for you and break it down into 3 marketing metrics that actually matter. Hi, I'm Max from Max Out Creative. Whether you're working with a modest budget or investing heavily, we find smart creative ways to make every marketing dollar count. This video series isn't for marketing pros. It's for insurance agents, small medical clinics, and service-based businesses who want to understand the basics, hire the right partners, and start seeing some real results. Let's start here. Vanity metrics. Things like likes, shares, page views, or impressions can be interesting, and some are helpful, but they're also dangerous. Why? Because they make you feel good while telling you almost nothing about your bottom line. Your bank account will tell you that. Closed deals, how much money have you made that month? That's going to tell you the real numbers. I've worked with businesses who celebrated a Facebook post that got 1,000 likes, but not a single phone call from it. I personally, for one of my clients, made a post on their business page that got 280,000 views, 280,000, 7,000 likes, 7,000 likes. And it was an open letter when a weatherman got fired. Did we get any work out of that for that particular company? No. So you have to be careful in what you're doing. Do you need social media? Absolutely. And should you be posting? Yes, you should be. And are you worried about likes? I don't know. Likes is one of 4 different engagements. I like to use social media posts for a solid SEO back-end thing, even if it's tiny, pointing people back to your website. That's what I like to use social media posts for the most. On the flip side, a simple Google ad with hardly any clicks brought in 3 new paying clients. Okay, so that's the flip side of it, a Google ad that's properly put together. The lesson, popularity doesn't always equal profitability. You know that. So let's talk about the first metric that matters, leads generated. This is the lifeblood of your business, right? It doesn't matter if you're an insurance agent, a medical clinic, a home services company. Leads is where it begins. A lead is simply someone raising their hand to say, hey, I'm interested. That could be a phone call, a web form, a Facebook message, or someone walking through your door because they saw your ad. Here's a tip. Don't just count the leads, track where they come from. That seems like obvious advice, but you'd be surprised how many people have no clue. Was it Google search? Was it Facebook? Was it a referral? This one detail will save you thousands of dollars because you'll know what's actually working. The second metric is cost per lead. This one can sting a little bit because when you put it on paper, you realize some of your cheap marketing isn't actually cheap. For example, let's say you spend $500 on ads and you get 50 leads. That's $10 per lead. Not bad. Now imagine you spend the same $500, but you only get 5 leads. That's $100 per lead, and suddenly those ads don't look so good. Knowing your cost per lead forces you to make smarter decisions. It keeps you from wasting money on channels that aren't performing, and it helps you put more money behind the ones that are. And here's a note. If you're paying somebody for marketing on your team or you have an outside person, I would add that spend to all of your marketing spend and then divide it by the number of leads each month. That's your true lead cost, in my opinion. The third and maybe most important metric is conversion rate. This answers the question, out of the leads I'm getting, how many actually become paying customers? You could generate 100 leads, but if none of them buy, your marketing isn't working. On the other hand, even if you only generate 10 leads, but 7 of them become customers, that's good. Improving your conversion rate isn't always about spending more on ads. Sometimes it's about speed, how quickly you call people back. That's one of the biggest ones that I try to tell all my clients. Speed to lead, speed to lead, speed to lead, speed to lead, especially in insurance when they can do it online without you. Sometimes it's about trust. Do you have reviews online? We've talked about that. Do you look professional online and in person? And sometimes it's about follow-up. Are you reaching out more than one time? Because sometimes it takes 7 to 12 touches. And that's not just phone calls or text messages or emails, but all of the above, maybe a card in the mail. But 7 to 12 touches sometimes to reach a lead. And I can tell you right now, no one's doing that. Very few people are doing that. Unless they have a CRM and it's automated, very few people are calling more than twice. Some people more than once is asking too much. So here's the big picture. Every marketing decision should be filtered through these three metrics. How many leads are we generating? What is the cost per lead? What's the conversion rate? If the conversion rate's really low, don't blame it on the marketing, because that could be a sales problem. If a report or a dashboard isn't answering those three questions, it's noise. Don't let fancy graphs distract you from the real math that grows your business. If you're ready to cut through the noise and get clear on what's really happening in your marketing, and you are a business that does over $3 million a year, head over to maxoutcreative.com. We have something for you. We'd like to jump on a phone call with you. We'll give you a free checkup, by the way, and go through some of the things you might be wrestling with. So thanks for watching, and remember, clarity beats confusion every single time.